Today is like Christmas to me. Cue the music. You may notice something different about this podcast. First of all, I don't have my laptop on my lap. I had set my laptop over there because the things that I have to unbox are so large that I'm not going to have room for all this stuff. And because I don't have my laptop, I don't need these. Because those are for reading. So let's get right to it. Now, the ironic thing about this particular unboxing, why was it looking over there? Look over here. That's where you are. The ironic thing about this particular unboxing is that this and this, not this, these are two things that I've gotten as a sort of incremental upgrade to my podcasting equipment. I need to replace my camera. I need to do something about my microphone. I need to secure a place that has, I want to have a backdrop that I can change, and all this good stuff. But in the interim, I wanted to have something that would get me halfway there, and so that I could move forward. So it's kind of ironic that I'm not actually using what I'm about to unbox in this podcast, even though I'm going to reveal them. And I kind of hope that in the future episodes, you'll see the difference. First, however, this package, which is not, is not podcast related. It's just weather change related. And you guys know what's over here, right? Recycling pile. Now the first thing I'm unboxing is, I started looking for all of my spring clothes and my summer clothes, and as I'm looking at them, I just was not happy. I don't know whether this can be, I'm going to try to recycle this. I wasn't happy with them, so I decided to get some new stuff, and so I ordered some new pants, and these are tie-offs, so as much as I want to, I'm probably not going to wear these to work, or maybe I will. Maybe I will wear these to work, right? Who knows? And as a matter of fact, I still have my work pants on from earlier. I could try these on right now. I mean, I think that this angle is low enough to where you wouldn't be able to see anything, and even if you did, I could always put a black box there, right? I mean, I could change out on camera. I really want to try these on. Nah, I'm not going to. Just teasing. Oh shoot, John! I promise you I'll wear these on a future podcast. Where can I put this that's not going to? Right over there. This is a typical dude move, by the way. I've got clothes in my hand. I don't have where to put them. So where do they go? They go on the floor, right there. They won't be there for very long. As soon as I stop recording, I'm gonna go put them on. That's what I'm gonna do. This thing, also in a little bag that doesn't look like it's very recyclable, but I'm gonna try. It just shorts, because I don't have a lot of nice shorts. Oh, the ties on this have nice little woody beads. I like that. Yeah, I kind of do like that. I could wear these to the beach. I could just wear them around town, wear them over to the wharf, and have some fun. You know what? I realized I took some really good footage of the Pedalpalooza over at the wharf near where I live, and I could make a podcast out of that. You know what? I think this is episode 41. I think episode 42 is going to be a Pedalpalooza podcast, even though Pedalpalooza is over, but the Cherry Blossom Festival it's dedicated to still ongoing. Guess where this goes? Right on top of the pants. See, when you throw clothes in the floor as often as I do, because I live by myself, so there's nobody to yell at me except my own conscience. My conscience. Like I have a Jiminy Cricket going, pick those clothes up off the floor. I don't. Or maybe I do. Because I kind of want to go pick them up off the floor now. But I will pick them up off the floor, and I'll put one of them on, and I'll put one of them in a drawer. And that kind of rhymes. And now I want to make a song out of it. But I'm not going to, because I'm in the middle of this. I'm going to pick them off the floor, put one on and one in a drawer, because my conscience told me so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Said I wasn't going to do it, and I did it. Okay, so here's the thing. I was going to wait. Can you hear this noise, this banging? That's a pile driver. If you don't know what a pile driver is, you've heard the term, but you're like, I don't really understand what that is. When they're putting a building in, first they have to take these metal pieces and pound them down until they hit bedrock so that the building is on firm. Because most places, what's on the surface is just earth. And if you build a building on that, well, you won't have a building for very long. So they have to put some kind of a metal object, usually these days, although back in the past they would just use logs. Venice, surprisingly, is built on a lot of logs. And they pound them down until they hit bedrock, and there's a term that's, what is the term? If I don't remember this term, I'm going to be very upset. It's not drive home, but there is a term for when they've done it, when it's been pounded 5 times and it's no longer moving. It's a term we use all the time, and most people don't know that it's from setting the foundation for buildings. Maybe it is drive home. I don't know. But if not, you know what? I'm going to look it up and I'm going to put it at the bottom of this, as I usually do. I always fact check myself afterward, as you know. This is going to go around my microphone. And as you can probably tell, this is soundproofing. And I'm not sure how well this works, but it wasn't that expensive. Well, it wasn't that expensive to me. And I thought, well, this would be a nice interim thing. I can put this, curve it around wherever the noise is coming from, which is usually outside. It's where all the sirens and the construction noise comes from. And those birds that have started singing. Ugh, spring. So these are actually the feet. And I think these are adjustable. Yeah, they're adjustable. And so I'll set this up so that it'll block most of the noise from whatever direction most of the noise is coming from. And hopefully that'll be of course, long term I need to have a room that's insulated from outside noise. But this I thought would be a good interim solution to that problem, which I recognized that I had a problem because as I'm editing these things, I hear this noise. I know you guys hear the noise, and I want to give you guys the best that I can. And so I bought this in that vein. Now this may be a little difficult for me to get rid of. So actually I'm just going to set it sideways where it was and hope that it doesn't fall. And hope that it doesn't tear my microphone apart. Because this last thing, is large. And it's large because what's inside it is large. See, that's how boxes work. Actually, you know what? That's not how boxes work with Amazon, because I've got some huge boxes with very tiny things inside them. But I can assure you that what's inside this box merits a box of this size. This is kind of intimate. I like this. I should do all of my podcasts leaning over a cardboard box. Get to the unboxing. That's what you're saying. So, here we go. I should get a box cutter. I don't know why I don't have a box cutter, why I keep using scissors. And here's another thing. It's really surprising to me, having watched a lot of my podcasts, and where I'm constantly using scissors, that I have not used this word or this pronunciation that I often use in private for scissors. I may not be able to show you what this is. This is kind of funny because this is something that requires a lot of assembly. Maybe I can just show you here. I'm just going to show you this. This is what I got. But you see how bad the lighting is? I've had complaints about that too. Why is your lighting so bad? Well, the reason my lighting's so bad is that I basically just have this one little light here, and I turned some lights on in the background. So I thought, get some of this. This isn't what I want to end up with. But it is, like I said, a good interim solution. So I got some extra lighting, and I'm going to get a thing to put in the backdrop. I don't want to use it a lot because I kind of like having a natural backdrop. This lamp it is my style. Having books over here, that's me. This lion image, that's you may not be able to see, but this is an image with it says "Der Löwe, Felis Leo." or Felis Leo if you want to anglicize the Latin pronunciation. And I'm all into lions. So a lot of the stuff right here, there's a lion right here. This is a lion. So I like having a backdrop that kind of speaks. This is how I live. This is my real place. But still, it would be nice every once in a while if I'm talking about a specialty topic to have a backdrop, to have a green screen behind me that I could just drop myself into some historical place or into space the way that John and I used to do on the Two John Sci-Fi podcast. But this is my interim step. And I want to implement this, probably not for if I do a Pedalpalooza, I probably won't have it set up by then, because I have a feeling that this particular thing is going to take some, there's going to be a bit of a learning curve, although, I climb those hills pretty fast. So you might not see this in episode 42, but you may see it in episode 43, depending on when that comes. I may be, you never know. Later this night, I might be inspired after the Pedalpalooza thing to do something crazy. Oh man, I just thought of this. I'm going to do here I am. By the way, I might do an entire podcast on how I get calmer and calmer over the length of a podcast. Now I'm purposefully bringing my energy up because I've noticed that I start out like all gangbusters, and then I get comfortable with this. I get comfortable with you guys, knowing that you guys are watching me. And over the course of a podcast, I get quieter and quieter and quieter, and it's really hard to even out those. I almost sometimes am tempted to break the video up into multiple segments so that I can modify the audio separately. So but really, the best way to do that is just to change my behavior, right? I need to remember, keep your energy up the whole time. You can get comfortable if you want to, but you've got to remember to keep your energy up the entire time. I mean, just do some acting, you fraud. Anyway, I hope you like this unboxing. I hope that didn't spike my audio into compression land, that big slap that I just made. Because this is actually about this podcast, and it shows you that it's not like, I don't have 1 million viewers, but the viewers that I do have, I do care about you. I try to take your feedback. It's kind of hard to get to the feedback on YouTube. I'm not really feeling how they do that. I don't get the right kind of notifications. And of course, once you start to get a certain amount of viewers, you're going to have comments out the wazoo, and you're not going to be able to really effectively communicate with the people who make videos. But I do have people who watch the podcast who communicate with me, who know me, and they communicate other ways. So I'm always trying to improve it in content and in quality. I mean, I'm on a new laptop. I've got an updated version of OBS. This is a new camera, although I am right now looking to get an interim upgrade because I have my eyes set on something really nice in the far future. But I do have another camera that's it's already in my Amazon cart. All I've got to do is just click a few buttons and it comes. I'm just waiting for the right time. It'd be a little foolish for me to do it at this particular stage in the process. But I'm always trying to improve. Always trying to improve the content, always trying to improve my own presentation, always trying to improve my fact checking that I do in post, and trying to improve my equipment. And of course, John and I are also doing the same thing on the Two Johns Sci-Fi podcast, trying to make things better for you, because we don't make money off this stuff. We're just doing it for people who find this kind of crazy stuff interesting. So stay tuned, because you're going to see a lot more improvements on Thoughts of Leith. And share it and subscribe so that you get notifications for when I do more of these crazy things. Cue the end music. Now I have to get myself out of here so I can go turn the recording off. I may put this like a sort of Marvel Cinematic Universe end scene where I'm... and now, boom, 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 stop recording.